We can start on these questions. Welcome everybody. I appreciate all of you guys for guys and gals for showing up to the call, ready to learn, ready to pick some brains, ready to figure out any type of loopholes, cheat codes, or anything I have and I may know that I can give to you guys and pass the same information to you guys so that you can keep passing the same information on to your friends and your family and people that you truly care about and things like that. For those of you that are new to this call, this community is built for like-minded entrepreneurs, people that want to win in life, people that want to elevate, and they really don't know how to elevate, right? Because they don't have the right tools to put them in those positions. We provide those tools. We get your credit in line. After we optimize your credit profile for funding, I send you to the lending team. After the lending team gets you some money, we build out your Turo business. You don't have to wait on the lending to build out your Turo business. If you got decent credit now in an LLC, you can go purchase those vehicles, put them in the business name, and it won't mess up the funding process. And at least your Turo business is started and you're starting to generate revenue. But it's bigger than that. Skool community has everything: real estate, Airbnb, everything that can literally level you up and have assets to turn into cash flow is like what we want to teach, right? We want to teach you how to stop punching the clock. So if you care about somebody, refer them to this group, refer them to the community. We're doing about $1 per referral. It starts at 50. If you hit 50 referrals, that's $50, $100, and then we just keep going up from there. I mean, it's probably the easiest thing. Refer somebody, say, hey, do you care about your life? Come join this group and let's elevate. You know what I mean? So send it to somebody you care about. And that's just to be transparent with you guys. All right. So that being said, what do we got? Q&As. Let's ask the questions. Let's get them answered. Sorry, I was a little late to the call. I'm out there on the grill trying to make sure my family is fed and good. And this came about, so I want to make sure that I can answer you all of your questions and get you guys taken care of. Miss Amy, go ahead. What you got?
So this is probably a Kane question, but I am concerned about the dismantling of the CFPB and what that means for, I guess, the credit repair process, and if that's going to mean that it's going to take longer, or if there's, ways around that
Oh,
that maybe you guys are aware of that we can
they're
use, whatever.
Yeah, that's probably actually is a Kane question. I don't want to speak too much on it, that part of the process, because that is his lane. But there are loopholes to everything. There's ways around everything. We still got the FTC, and there's still other dispute strategies that we do have. We don't have to rely on them. That's just the quick process. Now,
Right.
something that we could just swipe with one, you know what I mean, one dispute, it and now will take longer, but I don't know if it'll go into effect fully or whatever it may be. So that is a him question, but there are other strategies. It doesn't stop anything from what we got going. We're always going to find a loophole. We're always going to find game. We've invested into mentorships that teach us this and that, so that we're able to know this kind of stuff. That way we can implement it if things change, right? If we're one business,
Mhm.
one system, and one strategy, then we would be selling ourselves short, and we wouldn't be able to run an operational business that has so much success. I have the number one online mentorship just because of the results that we provide. And so we stand behind that. So we're going to be able to find out loopholes to fix any situation that may come about, because that's the type of business owner that I am. And that's how I want to make sure that I can take care of you guys. We got a 98% success rate. I don't know if you check the stats, check reviews, or whatever it may be. We got 98%. And the 2% is from people that we get funding that they don't do the right thing. They go crazy and spend their money on a whole bunch of dumb shit. So then they have complaints, but that still goes against us, right?
Mhm.
So we really do have a strong team behind us, and we'll make a way no matter what.
Awesome. I'm like, that's all I wanted.
Yeah, yeah. Ain't
Because
nothing
I
gonna
was
slow
very
down.
concerned. I'm like, oh my God, wait.
Can't nothing slow us down. Only thing that's gonna stop what we got going is if I'm in the grave. So, and it ain't my time to go. So we here.
Let's go.
For
Let's
sure, for sure.
go.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What else we got? Anything? Turo, credit, new student, current student, student that's processed maybe taking a little long. Not and you can't say it if it's a past credit habit. Your past credit habits are bad because we obviously know why it'll take a while. But what do we got? Turo related, private rental, rent to own, anything. I'm going over some notes of questions that came up in the community to see if I can get you guys to chime in on that. What do we got? You got me for 45 minutes, so let's make the best of it. If we don't tell me we solid. If we solid, we solid.
Hey Trevor, hey, I
What's
had a
going on,
question
Michael?
about making the LLC.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched the video on it, and I saw that they were saying like make sure to like make sure you have like a very general name.
Mm-hmm.
That way when you're filing for like for business loans and stuff like that, you're more likely to get approved, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then okay, cool. So I guess it's just literally just go to like I mean I'm in New Mexico, so I'll just go to like New Mexico registered agent and just file it like that.
Yeah, and just make sure you don't. It doesn't matter the name as long as you put something on the end of it like management, enterprise, global, something like that that makes it not high risk.
Gotcha.
And the main thing that matters is the entity. Like, what is the job identifier that you're putting it on under? That's the main thing. We want to make sure that we're not making high risk business or high risk LLCs. That's your difference in 50 and 5K. You know what I mean?
Gotcha, gotcha. So and then you said sorry, what was the last thing you said about the what's it called? You said like putting it under a certain category or something?
Yeah, yeah. So and that'll be that's for marketing and consulting is what we teach. That's what we'll and you'll learn that throughout the course materials, but that's what you're gonna put it under. Just make sure you get that registered agent and make sure that registered agent EIN. When you make your EIN, you match everything of that registered agent. So that registered agent's address, everything like that. Do not pick that you have a different mailing address because if the paperwork doesn't match, the bank's not going to accept it. You're going to have to go buy another LLC and do it all over again.
Okay, and then I'm pretty early in the process, but would you suggest that I just go ahead and do it right now, the LLC stuff?
I always
Okay,
100%.
awesome. All right,
Yeah.
easy. And then I have one more question. On my what's it called? On my Discord message from Nico, it said oh shit. Oh, it said go ahead and complete your business optimization checklist. Where can I find that? I couldn't find it.
He should have had it in there attached. If he didn't, tell him to just say, "Can you attach the checklist?" Because it's not on here.
Okay,
Uh,
I'll go ahead and do that. Thank you.
yep, yes, sir, for sure. Yeah, I see it's not in there. Yeah, just shoot him a text and tell him, "Hey, you forgot to attach the checklist. I'm ready to move forward with it."
For sure. Thanks a lot, Trevor.
Yes, sir, 100%. What else we got? Let me go over here to the Skool community. I know somebody probably has this one as well. Let me see. It's an easy crowd tonight. Hold on.
I have another question.
Go ahead.
Um, so this question is about the LLC formation.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the question left my brain as soon as I started talking. it was, it was. I think it had to do with. Oh, it had to do with like virtual addresses. Like, so how? Because I have a ton of LLCs, and I have moved, and I would like to, maybe like switch the addresses to something else. Um, do you recommend that I like invest in like iPostal or some kind of virtual address
If
um,
you
subscription or whatever
if
so
you
that I
amend
can
them,
I don't know, say that again?
I wouldn't amend them if to change your LLC, you're gonna have to amend it, then it has to get approved, and then it's gonna take time, and then you're gonna lose all that history anyway. So you might as well just create another one the right way. And banks aren't taking virtual most banks, I'm not gonna say every bank in the world, but most banks aren't taking virtual addresses anymore. They want a registered agent. They want that actual building address as a business
Okay.
just because they know the system, they know what's going on in the credit space. They know how people are leveraging credit and LLCs to get capital to go start their business. So they're kind of catching wave to it. So I would have everything in line. Registered agent, which is your
Okay.
actual building address, not a virtual. and create the LLCs the right way. If those LLCs are already like currently high risk LLCs, I mean, you could keep them just to keep them and have them, right? Like maybe that business is generating good revenue and now you have bank statements to back it because it's built up and it's older. But
Mm-hmm.
by you amending it, you lose that anyway. So you might as well just
Mm.
another one.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Whip it, whips.
Okay, Trevor, I have a
Hey,
question.
Hold
Oh,
on 1 second, Rodney. I think Whip It Whips had their hands up, and I'm gonna come right back to you.
yeah, so my question is a insurance question. So, I'm sure a lot of us been told, well, when we rent these cars out, don't t or tell the renter that you're not doing DoorDash or any of these services. So my question is, why why do insurances look down if that's the particular person's job? So say for example, if you give permission for somebody to use your car and say, hey, like if it was your cousin, but that's really a renter. And you say, hey, you can go ahead and use my car to do that's your job, right? So why is it that we are told to tell them not to do these particular services if that's their
Well,
job?
well, it's not that because the insurance. It's not really that. It's the fact that insurance companies be wanting you to pay more. Like, so they're gonna no matter what the job is, it's just all insurance is a scam anyway. I'm gonna be all the way honest with you. Insurance is a scam and a hustle. You pay it. Same thing with health insurance and all that type. I know it sounds cool to have health insurance, right? But if you never go to a doctor, right, and you at your job for a year straight and you don't go to the doctor one time, but every paycheck, every week they're taking $120 out of your paycheck every single week, you don't get that back, right? So what
right.
I do, obviously I have a health savings account through Fidelity and I pay for my own insurance. When we need it, I pay for it, right? Because I feel like all that is a scam. Same thing with vehicle insurance. I've rarely ever had a wreck. They say, oh, it's good to have. Yeah, it's good to have, but if my cash flow is built up and I have an accident, I'm just gonna pay for it anyway. So it don't really matter. Like, that's what I feel is more in a scammy hustle type of thing. So what they want you to do is get commercial insurance because it costs more, and then they can get the money off the commercial policy because it's higher. So they're basically just trying to walk you into a higher price or a higher deductible, which benefits them. The way I do it, I just make sure my vehicles are covered legally. And I just tell my clients to say, hey, if you have an accident, you're either claiming it on your policy using my contracts or whatever, if it's Turo, right? You're going to claim it on your policy because you had the accident. And if not, I got paperwork so I can come for your ass legally if you don't, right? Or I'll at the end of the day, I can still get the car back and claim it on one of my off trip insurance is like tenth through Turo. It's off trip, so I can claim it through there, or I'll just take it down to like my friend at the mechanic shop and just have him give me an estimate quote on what it is to fix it, and then it's hustle time. I'm just gonna hustle up the bread to get it fixed. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how cash flow is the most important thing. If you got the cash flow, you can really do a lot, and if you got the credit, you can really do a lot. And if you use the credit to create the cash flow, now you're undefeated, right? Um, Insurance is just to have it legal. They just want you to have it to be illegal. So I carry the minimums on everything. I carry the minimums. I've never carried a commercial policy except for the ABI because the ABI was cheaper. So I've used ABI for the commercial policy, but that's all it is the reason, bro. It's just a scam. They really just want your money, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
but I guess the part that I don't understand because it's just like, so what's the difference in you driving to work every day, back and forth to work, versus you doing DoorDash or delivery service? That's still your job.
I
So it's like I don't understand. Like I'm just trying to wrap my mind around, if the renter gets into an accident, be like, oh well, don't tell the police on the police report that you was doing DoorDash, but that's their job. That's well, like, what's the difference in you driving to work every day versus the DoorDasher?
Yeah, that I mean, and that's true too. I usually don't put my personal insurance policies in there. What I'll do is I'll put the Turo policy on the inside or whatever. But I always tell the clients anyway, like it's in the rules, it's in the guidelines. If an accident happens or the police are involved, you have to call me immediately. You know what I mean? So hopefully they follow suit on that, and then you can kind of quarterback the whole thing on them what to say and what to do. Just tell them, hey, look, I mean, that's sometimes it's tough. That's the insurance getting involved in the business, trying to know things that they shouldn't know. It still fall. I understand exactly where you're coming from. Like, what if I'm doing DoorDash? Like,
Yeah,
why can't I have my own commercial policy? It's all money. It's all
a
that's
job.
all it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I
and like even when you sign up for insurance, that one of the questions that they ask, hey, are you using this vehicle for like ride share or delivery services? I'm like, why should that matter? Even if I am, it's a job, right? So
yeah.
what's the difference in me doing that besides me going 9 to 5 to a location,
I
you
I
know,
I just
back
be
and forth.
I tell them all no. I tell them no every single time. Like the guest, obviously you're gonna have to get on the same page with the guest, but I always tell them no. I don't give a shit. I've never, not any time in my life living have I been audited by the insurance. The insurance company has never came to my house and been like, "Oh, do you have this many drivers in here? Are these cars there?" Never. So I don't be
Yeah.
telling them shit. You know what I mean? I'm worried about my money. I'm worried about my cash flow. I'm worried about keeping my asset protected so that I can continue to make money, right? Because that's the goal. The goal is just to make money. So that however I can legally cover my vehicles to make cash flow, right? And if they catch it and they drop me, okay, there's another one out there. I'll go to Geico. Okay, you catch me and you drop me, I'm just gonna switch to another one. There's so many people, insurance companies want your money. So you're gonna, no matter what, you can always adjust. Okay, I've been dropped from policies all the time. Like, I'm not gonna say all the time, but 2 or 3 times I've been dropped. I just switched to another one. So my stuff is legal. That's all I got. And if your credit's good, you don't have to worry about down payments with them. They'll take you right on in.
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to wrap my head around like what's the point, or like the reasoning behind what we're saying.
Yeah, no, I understand. It's a hustle. That's all it is. It's a hustle. They hustling. Like, I ain't never liked the insurance. I probably made one claim in my whole life on an accident, and only one of them was granted. So what's the point in the insurance if you gonna deny every claim I put in anyway? Like, that's where
Fact.
I be at with it.
Yeah,
But everybody's different, right? As long as you're doing what you were supposed to do legally at the end of the day, that's what matters. You never want to not be able to have your assets, right? You always want to be able to make money.
yeah. Because I know that sometimes clients be like, well, why can't I tell them if I was to get into an accident? Well, why can't I tell them I was doing DoorDash or whatever the case may be? So, sometimes clients be leery about what we be telling them to say.
Well,
You know, hey,
I hit
just
them with this. I hit them with like, hey, look, you're in my vehicle, right? This is my asset. That's my vehicle. So you're gonna follow my rules. And if that's a problem with you, then I can just get the vehicle back and rent it to somebody else. Like if there's
mm,
an accident or something happens, I mean,
yeah,
you still at the end of the day, I know we want that client to pay us, and I know we want that client to, we want to get that money from that client. But at the end of the day, that like you just said, if a client have problems with me or issues with me, I'll tell them straight up, like, do you want it or not? Because I'll come get it. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, you're gonna do it my way because that's my shit. At the end of the day, that's my car. I can
right,
have it
right,
back. You know what I mean? So
right,
if you can't follow the rules and the guidelines within the contract, it literally says accidents happen, call me immediately. Boom. Hey, you're not doing DoorDash. Yeah, the DoorDash ain't got nothing to do with why you had an accident anyway. What are you doing? I'm driving and I had an accident. Like, where do
right,
you work? I'm headed to work. They don't, you know what I mean? What them working at DoorDash isn't going to save their case anyway. They had a wreck. They had a wreck.
right,
So
right,
I would just be more, more. I'm not gonna say aggressive, but be more. That's your stuff. You know what I mean? Like you trying to keep
right.
your stuff straight.
Okay, yeah, facts, facts. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, thanks.
100%, 100%. Go ahead, Rodney. I know it was you.
Okay.
How you doing,
So
Mr. Fuller?
mine is gonna be kind of like a funding question. Um
Okay.
once we move along and let's say, we get those credit cards or get funding, I don't know what number, what are we supposed to use that for? That's for operations, right? How do we actually get cars for the Turo?
So we're gonna structure your LLC and your credit profile to go purchase the vehicles in your business's name, PGing it with your credit score. The funding is totally yours to do whatever you want. Operations, start a new business, invest in your current business, go vacation, live life. You do whatever you want to do with the credit. We expect people to put the credit back in their business to make more money. Then you can start living off of credit, right? But at the end of the day, it's your credit to do what you want to do with it. Like, it's just one of them things, like a bonus. Like, you invested in me, now let me invest in you. I can get your credit right. I can teach you how to go get these vehicles, right? Or these Airbnb properties, whatever niche you want to choose, right? I can teach you how to use your credit in your LLC to go get all that and put it in the business name. But it's better if I can give you some money to back you up, right? If I give you a little bit of capital to back you up, now it's better. Now you can supplement for them slow months. Now you can insurance, like she was stating about insurance, might need a deductible. You might need a deductible the first time. You might need you just never know. You might want to put a wrap on a car. You might, if you get an Airbnb, you might need to furnish your Airbnb property. Why would you want to use all of your money when you can use the bank's money and then generate the revenue back after you get guests and tenants, right? So that's what you use. The funding is totally yours to do what you want to do. We suggest you use it to generate revenue. But at the end of the day, if you want to go buy $80,000 Rolex, that's on you. I don't care. Come back to me when you mess your credit up again and I'll fix it again, but you're going to pay again. You know what I mean?
No.
That's just keeping it real.
All right. So, yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, because I don't think I can take a credit card to the dealership to purchase a car for my Turo fleet.
No, I wouldn't do that anyway. You know what I mean? Like, if I can show you my DMs, I got a DM right now, somebody who messed up, right? They messed up and they circling. I mean, to be honest, we're a cheat code, right? We can get you in the game. You can mess up and then you can be like, damn, I messed up. Let me go back. Then you're just going to circle the block and do it again, because you got to understand that credit is unlimited. Credit is undefeated. All you got to do is fix what was there. Yeah, it could take time. If you got a repo or something, it might take 6 months to get off, but guess what? You ain't stuck with it forever. Not with a team like us behind you, because we can get the shit off. I don't want to preach that or you guys to practice that by any means, but just know you will never be in a fucked up situation when you have us on your back, because we can fix anything. I've had the worst of the worst clients that are good now. You know what I mean? And like this dude, he messed up. Man, business failed, bro. I need to circle the block. I got collection. I got this. What's it gonna cost? He did something else. He wanted to do. I'm not even gonna tell you what it wasn't nothing Turo, it was nothing. He came in for credit. He came in for funding and wanted to do his own thing. And that's on him, right? He did that. And he messed it up. Man, my card's maxed out, bro. It did not work. He wanted to open a dispensary and get some edibles and things like that. And it wasn't popping in his market. He's in Vegas, bro. They already got that locked down. You can't go compete with a place like Vegas that has that shit already. And I tried to tell him that, you don't listen, but people going to do what they want to do because they're going to feel what's right for them. So now he's circling the block. Hey, what do I got to do to get back in the door? Shit, you going to pay me again. I got to redo the work. So you're going to pay again. That's how you got to pay to play. People don't understand that. Everybody thinks everything's free. You got to pay to play. And that's just what it is. So you use that capital for whatever you want to use that capital for. That is your capital to do whatever you want with it. We just suggest do the right thing, right? We want you guys to be successful. We want you guys to win. We want everybody to, be able to stop punching the clock. And it's that simple. The way you stop punching the clock is you need to have good credit. You need to go get assets to create the cash flow. And that's how you stop trading time for money, right? If you make 2, 3, I say this every call because it's super important and people got to catch it. If you make $5,000 a month from your job, but you've created $5,000 a month from something else, you don't have to go to the job because you just supplemented the income. Unless you want to double dip, right? You can double dip all day long. Or now that you've replaced this, now you don't got to go to the job because you've created 5K. Now grow and scale this to 10K, 20K, and you still got your time back. Like, that's the main goal. The main goal is to supplement or replace the 9 to 5. We're not working for nobody else. Everybody has tools that they're good at doing, right? And to elevate to the next level, sometimes we don't have the knowledge because they don't teach us this shit in school. They don't teach us this. They don't want us to elevate to the next level. I took my daughters out of public school. They are at home. They learn business. They learn finance. They learn credit. Matter of fact, right here, I'm sitting right here. My 13-year-old daughter, Tariana Calais, already has a Navy Fed credit card already. So guess what? She's 13. In 5 years, when she's 18, she's going to have 5 years of credit age and her score is going to be good. We ain't paying. We not trying to. That's the kind of stuff. This is my other daughter, McKinley. boom, that's hers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all my kids are gonna be solid and be good because I don't want them to be in school. You don't learn nothing in school. I ain't never put numbers and letters together in any type of work. I ain't never cut up a frog in life. I ain't never, so all that shit is out the door. That's keep you busy, keep you there for 8 hours, keep you, put you on a lunch. That shit like prison. When I went to jail, that shit was like, when I went to my daughter's school, it was just like jail. Walls, hallways, dark as hell. Get everything, get in a line, go to lunch, trash ass lunch. Like, no, bro, like we're not doing that. We providing value, we teaching our kids wealth, and everybody should be on it. When you have, it may be impossible now, but when you have time and when you build a business to give you time back, then you can do those kind of things. But if the job's taking your time, you don't have no time to do nothing. You can't chase no dreams because you're going 8 to 10 to 12 hours at your job every single day. You don't have time for nothing else. You get out, now you're cooking dinner, now you don't watch the show, and damn, boom, day's over with, time for bed. You know what I mean?
All right, thanks.
Yes, sir, Mr. Rodney. Whip it, whip it. Hey.
Okay, so another question, going back, circling back to the credit thing. So does it matter, like say for example, I just formed a new LLC probably like December, maybe early January. So if I form another LLC, is that frowned upon? Like if I'm having consecutive LLCs or
Hell no. Why would you only want one? I got 10 of them. Why would you not? Why would
I
you not
mean I
stack as
mean so close.
it don't even matter. Stack as
Don't
many.
matter.
I made them all in the same month. I made all 10 in the same month. Same,
Oh,
they literally all got the same day, 3/9, 3 March 9th, March 9th. I made them all the same day. It don't matter. They're not gonna deny your money. You're paying them 300, $200. They're gonna take that $200. Then they're gonna give you the paperwork. And now that's a business. Boom. Then you get you another one. That's a business. Here's my
so
first
even for
business.
funding, like it don't matter for funding because that's his own entity. So it don't matter how many new LLCs you created within a time period, funding
Right.
per.
No, it don't matter because you're gonna go to different banks anyway. You can't go to that same one over and over. But guess what? You could take this one to Chase, get 10K. Go take that LLC. If Chase just gave you 10K, that means the other banks are probably gonna give you 10K. So now you go to Navy Fed, they gonna give you 10K. Then you go to Truist, they gonna give you 10K. Then you go to Bank of America, they gonna give you 10K. You just ran up 40 bands right there, just like that. Now, the reason you can't hit them with multiple is because if you got one business with your name, they're going to see, okay, this is the same person with the same name. Of course, you can't hit the same bank back to back to back, but there's a million banks out there. Use all of them.
Okay. Okay.
That's the play. I got 10 of them for a reason because I'm trying to build something. I'm trying to build a foundation. And all my LLCs are in my trust. The government ain't taking shit. Can't nobody take nothing.
Right, right. Okay, cool.
Yes, ma'am. What else we got? What else we got? I know we got something. Brittany, you got anything? New Jesse, Tox. I know there's something in here. Nothing? Hold up, nothing?
Everybody quiet. Everybody
Spit
quiet.
value? I'll spit value if you want. I can spit.
I don't have anything, but I sent you a message on Discord about what's the name, Truist and Navy Fed earlier today.
Bet, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I understand a lot of you a lot of y'all asked questions already in Discord, so we're able to handle it and talk about it in there and get stuff situated. So yeah.
I got a question.
Go ahead, Milton.
Yeah, I don't have any vehicles on Turo, but I got a friend who has vehicles and he was looking to have me co-host.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that? How would I have to make a Turo account or
Now he can add. Yeah, you're probably gonna have to make an account. I'm not too familiar with the co-hosting side, but the people who I've had co-host, they had a Turo account. They had the app and everything, and then you invite them. They'll send you an email. You'll get in the email. They can limit what you see and what you can do. And basically, you'll run the fleet. Y'all work out an agreement of how much money you want to get paid, vice versa, things like that. The co-hosting thing is cool, but it's not a lot of money. Might as well do it yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
It's straight, but like Turo's already going to get a cut, so there's only so much room, so much wiggle room. If Turo gets 10%, and then me as a host, I'm like Turo getting 10%. Damn, I don't want to give my co-host the 10%. Now I'm down 20%. You know what I mean? Like I want all my chickens, right? So I'm trying to one, I'm already trying to transition from Turo to private anyway. That's what we try to teach people to transition. Start out on Turo, build your clientele, get your clout up, get your customer base up, and then you transition them from Turo to private rental. Now you get 100% of your profits, but you have to have clientele for that. And the only way to get in the door to build clientele is by marketing, which is why we provide marketing, right? We give you guys marketing when you're a mentee and hosting on the Turo platform. Those are the two ways you get into the game and start really dipping into the private rental and rent to own space. Rent to own is the best play ever.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yes, sir, Mr. Milton. Brittany, go ahead.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I'm good. How you doing?
All right, I stay in Shreveport, Louisiana, right?
Home. That's my
So,
home. That's my hometown.
yeah, so are there a lot of people out here who do Airbnb too and Turo? Because I really don't know a bunch of people who do both.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I was killing the Turo platform. I know that market like the back of my hand. I know the market. I know the guests. I know a lot of people. I send every time somebody comes in from vacation there. Hey, you got a car. I send them to somebody else that's hosting out there because mine are all on private rental. Well, rent to own. Mine are all on rent to own, or they're brokered out to other hosts in other cities. But yeah, it's you would think that it's not, but it is. Everybody sometimes just being from the city, right? You're thinking like nobody's doing that or it can't be being done. It's being done for sure. I got a couple rental properties over there too, and we're thinking about switching from long term to Airbnb anyway. They open up that new casino, they got stuff popping, so there's always people there. There's always people coming to the city and things like that. So it may not seem like it, but yeah, it's busy. I was booked out all the time. So it's definitely something to get into.
Yeah, because I was thinking if I did do it, like I wanted to do Airbnb plus the Turo, like have them when they book the Airbnb, if they need a car, they can already have a car there. But
Yeah,
I wasn't
that's a good
sure
play.
how to, yeah, but I wasn't sure how to start it off or if that was really a thing here.
Yeah, that's a good play. No, you can I would start with Turo first and then get into Airbnb though. Airbnb is a little bit more complicated to get into if you're not going to own the property, and we teach arbitrage. We don't want to own the property anyway. Like if we can rent it and re-rent it, like why not anyway? You know what I mean? Like people be so frowned upon renting, right? Like everything is rented. When people understand that everything is rented, then you'll understand a lot more about living in the moment in life and shit like that. Like, don't pay your mortgage and see if that's your house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you pay off your house, see if you're not still paying for something that house sit on. You know what I mean? No matter what, everything is rented. It doesn't matter. So if I'll rent a lifestyle, it doesn't even matter. I'll you know what I mean? I'm in a $1.5 million home. I know this office don't look like that, but if you on my Instagram, you can see what I got and what I do. I'm not trying to buy this. I told him rent to own. So guess what? If I don't want it next year, I'm gonna go somewhere else. I might go to Vegas. I might go to Miami. I might go to, you know what I mean? There ain't no telling. I'm living for I'm going for what's going on right now because we can't control nothing else. And the interest rates is so bad right now. Why would you even want to own something? The house that I own, I don't even live in. I've owned two houses back in Shreveport, and I don't even live in them. Someone pays me for them. That's the real play. And people don't think about that, but that's honestly the real play. Get some stuff that you own, right? Have people rent for it and have them rent your lifestyle. So if that person's giving you $5,000 a month, that person's giving you $5,000 a month, and your third property, now you got $15,000 a month. Go get you a high rise and you know what I mean, in downtown Miami and Brickell, you know what I mean, and get you pull up in a Rolls Royce, you know what I mean, because the note 5, 7, 8,000, you got it because somebody else is paying for it, but people not stuck on that. I'm already living that lifestyle, so I already know everybody pays for everything because I have assets. Remember,
Hmm.
assets is what creates the cash flow, and if you can get the asset without having to own the asset, that's the play. So if I'm tied in with this dude where I'm at now, and he can say, "Hey, that's your spot. Do whatever you want with it. Just pay me my monthly mortgage." Then I'll put some people in. I'll Airbnb this thing out. I got a theater, everything in here, so it's gonna book, and I don't
Yeah.
got to pay it.
Yeah, I know I heard Grant Cardone say that, like the guy who does like the 10X
I know who
conferences.
Granny is.
I would love to go to one of his conferences. Like I feel like that would be dope. Like
Yeah,
he was
he
like,
told me.
he don't own his house, he rented. And I'm like, wait, what? He's like, why would I stay in one spot for long? And plus California taxes are high as shit. Like I've
Yeah.
heard like the stuff like that. Like they was talking about the dude who owns Tesla, talking about how he ran his stuff up in California, but then he heard move to Texas. That way he cut his taxes and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, that's real smart.
I mean, you got to think of it like you buy a house, right, for 30 years. 30 years. That's the mortgages on the house. 30 years. Do you think your house is gonna look like it? The dollar is already losing value every fucking day, every year, whatever. Do you think your house is gonna be shit in 30 years? It might be fucking flying houses in 30 years. You don't know. We don't know what's going on in 30 years. Your house is not going to be the value that it is now. So the goal would be to buy the house, keep the house, build up the equity, take the HELOC out. Now you got more money from your equity that you don't put in the house, and then buy another house and do the same shit. Not live in any of them. Just keep stacking, 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 stacking. That's the real play. The real play is not I don't want to own shit. I got enough debt out there. I got $1 million worth of debt, like cars, houses, everything. I don't want no more debt. I'd rather just have uh just rent everything. I'll just rent everything. I don't know what's gonna happen. Russia might blow our asses up. I don't know.
Yeah,
Shit.
it's just like playing the game Life. Like you remember the game Life, how you go to the bank and you get the money, you go buy everything, and then
Yeah.
it's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, I get it.
Same stuff, but we're taught wrong. We're taught the wrong way. We're taught that, oh, you got to go own this, or why would you want to rent? You're wasting money, but like it doesn't matter if I'm not paying for it. If you got a business and somebody else is paying the rent, who gives a shit? If I got a, if my rent is, $18,000 a month, and but somebody else is paying $18,000 a month for me, who cares? It ain't my money anyway. I'll go rent whatever I want. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. But people don't catch that part. That's deeper. That's way deeper. That comes to mindset and things like that. And then it goes against everything that we were taught. We weren't taught that way because they don't really care for us to know that way. Of course, they want you to own that shit because you're paying them every single month with interest. Of course, they want you to own it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, duh. Like, why would you not? I would like for somebody to own my shit. Now I ain't even got to worry about it. Like, we don't want that, but that's not the stuff that they teach. So, but that's what we here for. We open up your eyes, and people like it or they don't, but it's real. It's reality because we're currently doing it. We currently live in that. We're currently in that lifestyle. So why not teach what we know? I'm not saying never to own a house. You want a good profile. You want a good net worth profile. You know what I mean? You need a house on there so that you can go get more houses. If you don't have one, you need at least one so you can get more. Then
Yeah.
you take the equity and stuff, but you don't have to live in the house. You can buy the house and put somebody else in it. And if you got more money, just do it again. Like, go live in what you want to live in. Most people get their house for 30, they don't even like the damn house. They sign a 30-year loan and they like, I'm tired of this house. I'm fuck this. You know what I mean? Like, damn, well, put somebody else in it and go somewhere else. Like,
Yeah. So if somebody is doing Turo here or just starting to, do you think we should do economy cars first and then transition to
100%.
luxury? Okay. That's
100%.
all my question.
I'll in Shreveport, I'll go three economy, cheap notes, cheap payments. That way you can rent them out for cheap prices and they stay booked. I'll put one luxury in there and I'll put something that maybe I want to drive in the fleet. That way my car is paid. I ain't got to worry about car notes, free car. I'm driving around for free and what I want to be in, right? Or the lifestyle, right? And then cash flow, anything extra. That's what I would do. I took over the whole market by putting shit that wasn't out there. You know what I mean? And I don't know what it's looking like out there now. Everything's on private, rent to own out there now. So I ain't even been on the Turo platform out there at all. But I know my customers still hit me up. You got cars? I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't got nothing.
Yeah, because everything I hear, it looks bad. Like it's not really nothing on there that you really just want to just I think I seen one guy with one white Corvette. Nobody has a slingshot, nobody has anything on there that you really just want to lease like that.
So
So
then
that's why I was
that
asking.
yeah, that might be a way to go. You know what I mean? That's what I did there. I went opposite of the market. I put a Trackhawk out there and I put a C7 all black Corvette out there. I put stuff out there. I put a Hellcat Charger and it had a Joker wrap on it. I put that kind of stuff out there because it wasn't seen and I knew it was gonna book because I know what my city, I know what they want to do. They want to show out and shit. I already
Yeah.
know. So I'm gonna give you what you want so you can pay me for it. Like,
But yeah, that's what I was thinking. Or probably like getting one of the condos downtown. You know, they're still like I think like 12, 1,500 for like the condos downtown, like over Texas Street and stuff like that. Like they're like 12, 1,500 and just getting a apartment there and then like putting a fire whip with it, you know. So if they want to come through the city, they got somewhere nice to stay. It's close by downtown, it's close by the casinos, it's close by the hotels, close by the club, and then when they go outside, they already have a car. So
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
let's run it. You know what to do. You got the
Yeah.
plan. Let's run the
Yeah.
plan. Ant, you got some? Is it Ant? You was about to ask me something? What we got? What we got? Anybody else? Anybody else got any questions? Anything? More value? We need value. If you got, look, if you got children and you bank with Navy Fed, I'm going to give you value if no one's asking questions, right? Because that's what this is about. If you got children and you bank with Navy Fed, or you can get in the door with Navy Fed somehow, it's easy to get in the door. You find somebody that you're close to that banks with them. Say, hey, this is my brother, or I'm his brother. They'll bring you in, right? Hey, this is my brother. He just moved here. We live together now. He needs a new bank, and we want to roll with you guys. They ain't gonna give you no pushback. They're gonna sign you right up, especially for somebody that's already in there. Add your children to them authorized user. Add your children to the credit cards you got with Navy Fed. If you ain't got one, get your credit right. Go open up a credit card and add your Navy Fed. You could be any age. I got my 7-year-old on there. X1, same thing. That's these right here. These X1 cards, same thing. That's one daughter. That's the second daughter. That's the third daughter. You could be any age on the X1 cards. You put them, you know what I mean? You can get them in there. Credit. I mean, there's cards after cards after cards after cards. Like, we got access to this stuff, and we do this stuff because we really show value, right? We really show value to our family, children. But you could be any age with X1. I see you put it in the chat. Just type in X1 credit card. Hopefully I'm pretty sure they still got my app. I don't know if they were bought out or anything. But X1 credit card, you type it in, you'll be able to get there. They could be any age to add your children to it, and Navy Fed, you can be any age. Most of the other ones are 13. So like Amex and stuff like that, they gotta be 13. And they don't get the age with Amex anyway. They only get the credit reporting and the scoring shit. Pablo, you was about to say something?
Yes, my bad. I'm at work. I got to sneak. Yeah, I have an LLC question.
Go
I
ahead.
hope I hear you say the right thing. So I had to file my EIN, and I couldn't get it online, so I had to do a SS4 form. I'm waiting on that. I noticed when I did my LLC, I forgot to put on my EIN. I put the suite number. For my virtual
Yeah.
address, I had a suite number.
It's wrapped. It's wrapped.
Huh?
It's wraps. The banks ain't gonna take it.
No.
No, the banks ain't gonna take it. We dealing with that now. A client made an LLC, and then on the Wyoming site, it'll have like a recommended address instead of the actual one, and the recommended one has the suite. So they chose the suite on the LLC, and then the EIN they put it right without the suite. Well, Chase told them no because one had the suite, one didn't. Then somebody did it the other way, flip flop. They put the suite number over here, and then the suite. Both of them had the suite number, and Chase has just been tripping on it lately about adding it with a suite because they feel like it's a virtual address instead of just a 1621 Central Avenue straight up address. So anytime you get a suite, just know you'll probably get pushback from the bank. But now
But why Opus?
You just got to
So I got
buy.
my virtual address from Opus, and it's popular. Everybody says it's Opus. Why would they give me a suite number then with a virtual address?
I don't know. They're not even really accepting personal virtual addresses. My suggestion is you gotta. I follow that training. And are you a student yet or no?
No.
You gotta. I mean, I can't tell you to follow the training on something that you don't have access to. But yeah, like, I mean, let's talk about it. Let's move forward and stop trying to. I'm not saying stop trying to do stuff on your own, but when
You mean a paid training
no, like
or
my
do I have
mutual
access to your school?
Yeah, no, through my mentorship. Like the school is the community, it's open to everybody. You can come to
Oh,
these
okay.
calls and ask questions and things like that. But my mentorship is what it is, a mentorship. We do everything for you. Now you haven't got to worry about making mistakes. When you're doing it on your own, that's how you make mistakes, right? And when you make a mistake, you do what? You waste more money. So now you're in a position where you listen to the wrong person or maybe found the wrong information online, and now you have to go buy another LLC so that it can work whenever you go get funding. So now that $200 is gone. Now you got to spend another $200 when you can really just get a mentor that either does it for you, or I got both. I got mentorship where we do it for you, or I give you all the materials, the exact blueprint that I have to do it yourself. Most people do it for you because why not? And it comes with guarantee, right? It comes with a guarantee behind it, so you know you can't lose. That's my biggest thing and the biggest play. People frown upon it. It might be online or whatever it is, but it don't matter. You got a mentor at everything. Your job right now, you had a mentor. You didn't come to the job knowing what to do. You had a mentor, a
Yeah.
supervisor. Somebody trained you, told you what to do so that you can be good at your job and you can know what to do. This is the same thing. Same thing in business. You got to have a mentor so that you don't make mistakes. I know this because I bought mentorships and then I went and did it and then created my own systems in my own ways. And I put everybody that was a part of my journey within my business so that I could have a blueprint and a system that I can just run the client. Here's step one. Here's step two. Here's step three. Go get money. You know what I mean? It's set
Yeah.
up that way. So
So
obviously I don't knock you, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just being real. I'll be realistic, bro. Transparent.
yeah. So I won't be able to do like the switch the EIN to put it without the suite number.
No, because they both have to match anyway. You could go try. Like I said, I'm telling you
Because I've
before
seen
you
it in
do
the
it.
past.
Yeah, I'm telling you before you do it, but you can go try and then go to the bank and they're not going to open the account. Like they're not going to.
Okay. All
Yes, sir.
right.
100%, 100%. What else we got?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's your
Hey,
name?
this Jerome, man.
Jerome?
Hey, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no Jerome Moulton.
I got you. It says
No, I got
Antonisha.
Antonisha up here. That's my daughter's name. I'm not good with the Zoom.
Yeah.
Hey, but the things that you said, man, is so true. And I was a trucker, so I did the trucking, and the money you guys were talking, we didn't make that, and I was on operating.
Yeah, yeah. See, like
So
it's different, man. It's different whenever you can have like it gives you that cushion. Like if you trucking right and you making 5,000 a week, I mean a month, right? Whatever it
right,
might be, that's 60K a year. I mean, if I go get one credit card, if I send you my Chase lender, he gonna get you 50K off the rip. It's a guarantee. I put that guarantee behind my business because I know that I've made the partnership for that reason. That's your salary right there. You
I
don't need.
already see it. I'm
You get what I'm
retired right now,
saying?
and
Like now I bought your time. Pay your bills while you're doing
yes,
business. You know what I mean? You got the credit. And if you go, depending on the pack, obviously I know what package you chose. So
yes,
you're gonna get more than that. Boom, boom, boom. And then that's the game. That credit allows you to have that time back. You know what I mean? Trucking, I'm already know at least you're an operator, so it ain't as strenuous, but you got
right.
responsibilities. You
Still
got
the same
people that you
thing.
got to babysit. You got people that you got to make sure that are doing the right thing, taking care of your trucks, doing everything that they supposed to do.
Right. Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
why?
what I'm doing. But that's what I'm doing with cars right now. I'm working on cars. I'm just reading on them and they fixing everything.
Yeah, yeah,
And
no,
but I
yeah,
don't want to be the one that's doing it now.
no, no,
I
yeah.
like
You
being the
could
boss.
hire somebody.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Hey,
Yeah,
but I've been reading everything on you, everything that you're saying. Hey, I love it, man.
cool. I'm glad to have you, Mr. Jerome. I'm glad everything is working out. Everything I know, Discord was a little confusing in the
Yeah,
beginning.
it is all of this
Yeah,
is, but it's okay. I'm
yeah. I have
stay
to.
focused.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I have to make sure that people are, it's hard for me to, I'm not going to say like hold anybody's hand. When I hold them accountable, they're going to automatically learn and know, okay, this is what to do. This is the step. You know what I mean? A lot of people want phone calls and it's like, bro, there's 2,000 students. I can't. I do not have the capacity. I'm married, 3 kids, and I'm trying to make sure all of you guys. So the same question that you have,
Yeah.
1,000 other people ask. So I got to make sure that my VAs are answering the questions accordingly. But that's what this is here. You get these live calls and we figure things out. And your private Discord channel, we do answer. It may not be a call, but it's going to be a text or a voice memo to make sure that you're solid. But
Oh yeah.
your steps are already, you're already in, you're onboarded, everything is in place now. Now you're just sitting back, learning, make sure you create your LLC, get your bank accounts. We'll guide you through all that. That's what you got.
Well, that's what I'm looking for.
Yes, sir. We're glad to have you though, Mr. Jerome.
Yeah, appreciate that talking to you, man.
For sure, for sure. Amy, he up next, huh? He up next. He ready to go and come through and build his rental car business. I see him. What we got? Any more? Any more questions? Nothing, huh? We all good? We solid? We all good? We solid? Somebody coming in.
I just want to say these weekly calls are really valuable. Thank you for your time and energy and all that stuff that you and Kane and Ty are giving to us every week.
For sure, yeah. I figured it was a lot better than coming once a month. Weekly is more. Things may come up throughout the week that you guys need answers on and things like that. So it's a lot better to come speak to you guys weekly, just so that you're informed on anything going on in the process and soaking up as much value as you can. We understand that, everybody's budget may not afford to be able to move forward with us. You know what I mean? Like we've created packages to make it as affordable to everybody as possible. But at the end of the day, we do still have to run a business. So we felt as if we came and spoke to y'all every single week, that you guys would get enough value that on things that you can take action on and that you can, have an impact on your life and your personal well-being and things like that. We definitely want everybody to win. We not in it, we not only in it for the money, like we in it to let people win, because if I change your life and I be impactful and show you something, you're just going to tell somebody else and bring me more people, which is what it's about. It's about spreading the wealth, spreading the knowledge, and making sure everybody has the tools to stop paying who's at the top, get them people out the window, out the door. Like we need to, and it only starts like this. It only starts with communities and mentorships and valuable lessons that you can learn of. I learn stuff from y'all. I learn things all the time from my students as well. Stuff changes in business. There might be different protocols and different procedures. So, I mean, that's what it's about, is just about spreading the wealth and spreading the knowledge. So that's why we do it. And we'll be here every week to continue to do that, to make sure you guys know about credit, you guys know about business and the Turo and basically how to turn assets into cash flow with myself, and then that you guys know the marketing with Tyler. Marketing is big. Two biggest things to a successful business is sales.
It is.
So if you don't have sales, if you don't got a product to sell and you can't market it and put it in somebody's face for them to buy it, then you might be struggling in business. So I figured if I checked all them dots, checked all them boxes, we would be solid. Whip it. I got one more. It'd be the last question.
Yep. So you had a class yesterday. I forget the name of it, but I missed it. So is there somewhere in the app or in the school where there's a replay, or is it just like if you missed it, you just missed it?
We usually do record the calls, and that way you guys can go back and catch them. But she was actually sick yesterday. That's why she didn't have to host the call. So we're gonna reschedule it and get her back on the board. That way you guys can attend it. But yeah, she was sick, so that's why she didn't host.
Oh, I was busy and I just thought that I missed it anyway. Okay, so that's good. I mean, well, not good that she was sick, but
All right.
wish her well, but okay, cool.
For sure.
Glad I
Yeah.
missed.
No, we gonna get her back. We're gonna make sure she's solid. Anderson, we about to end it, brother. You late to the party, man. You late to the party. But it is recorded, so you will be able to catch this recording. If you do got a quick question, I'll answer it for you. I could probably only go for one, but if you got something that you just on your mind that you need an answer to, ask it. Let me give you that value and that opportunity to get it answered.
You know what? I don't have a specific one right now, but let me see if I can think of one real quick. Shit.
Anything with the process? I know you're a student. It's Guzman, right?
Yeah. I'm still in the process right now. I just finally found a place to live because I've been living with my godmother once I got out of the military. So
Mhm.
now I finally found a place. So now I'm gonna start talking to the dealer connect, and
Mhm.
the only thing is it's an apartment, but they don't check like they don't have sticker parking. So it's kind of that's good for me. You know, I could park a couple cars in there right there. So
For sure, for sure. Yeah, he'll ship them wherever. He don't care if you living in a you know what I mean. If
yeah,
you getting them cars, if he can ship them, he's shipping them definitely.
sweet. Yeah. Now I'm excited. I'm finally getting my own place, so now I'm going to the next step, get the cars. Um, yeah, I honestly I can't think of any questions right now. I was a little late because I was doing my freaking CMP right now, man.
No, no, no. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
You'll catch it. It wasn't a whole lot of questions. It was just more of a value. I was more just dropping tips, dropping tricks, and dropping gems and value and things about just leveling up and reaching new heights and different mindsets you should have when it comes to business and life and what we're taught compared to what we should be doing. So you'll catch it. It's recorded. We'll drop it in the call recordings in the Turo Power Play. Classroom, and yeah, we'll get it answered. But if you're talking to Dealer Connect, we'll get them cars to you. Let's go ahead and build that fleet. Let's start making some money.
Sweet, hell yeah.
For sure, for sure.
Actually, fuck, one question, my bad.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because I know I asked this about the insurance, and I seen that Turo. I think they'll give you the tint insurance, right? If you have three cars on the platform, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so in theory, um, do you get it on there? Shit, you know what? How do I ask this? I can't formulate the question. I'm trying to. I
You
guess.
get if I can help. Maybe obviously I don't know what the question is, but if I
Mhm.
can help, I use both. So I use Turo while it's on trip, but I do pay for tent for off trip insurance. And then if an incident occurred, like a lot of my private rental clients, or well, basically my rent to own, all my cars are on tent as well because it's cheaper. It's only $89. It's high deductibles, but it's $89, right? Me and the client will work something out on that deductible, or I'll just go to my shop and have the client pay for it. But everything is on tent. And then I just say that that's a co-host or somebody that works for the business. I just tell the client to be on the same page with me. Hey, you work for me. You wash the cars or you do this. If they ask, most of the time they don't ask. It's covered anyway. You're already paying for it.
Okay, okay, okay.
So
Yeah, okay,
utilize both for sure.
okay, okay. All right, then, sweet. Yeah, I gotta start joining these a little more now. Now I'm finally like getting done with these CMP things and getting into gear right now. Now that I'm at the military, so definitely you gotta get on these more.
Yeah, for sure. It's every week, bro. We want to make sure that we can provide as much value as we can, and we want to make sure that you guys have all the information that you need to be successful. So, um, definitely tap in with me next week. Y'all tap in tomorrow. Do not forget tomorrow is Thursday. It's gonna be the credit guru, Mr. Kane Robinson. He's my credit repair partner. So anything about the credit process, how it works, what the procedures are, how it could take long, if it's taking long, how close are you to funding and things like that. You need to ask Mr. Kane. He will be here sharp 6:30 p.m. You can launch it in the calendar just like you launched this one. Be sure you do not miss that call. He's always spitting fire. He's always spitting tips and tricks too. He wants you guys to win. We want everybody to win. We want everybody to be successful. And you know what I mean? If you're not a student yet, let's tap in. You know how to reach me. Hit me on Skool. Let's get you signed up and let's elevate you for 2025 and many years to come. I appreciate every single one of you who jumped on this call, asked the questions that you asked. I hope you soaked up some value. I hope you go implement the things that you've learned, right? Because if we're learning it and we're not having no implementation and applying it, then what we wasting, right? We wasting time. So implement what you learn, and that's how you're gonna always stay ahead and remain in the game instead of being on the bench. I appreciate all y'all. Y'all have a blessed evening. If you got any questions, you know where to reach me. Peace. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you so much, Trevor.
Yes, sir,
All
Mr.
right, thanks,
Mike.
brother.
Thank y'all.
Peace out.
Thanks, Trevor.
Yes, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, ma'am.